Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with a designer handbag review. So today we're going to chat a little bit about the Bottega Veneta Andiamo Clutch in black. I acquired this past year and it was September when I was in Portugal between my Lisbon and Saint-Tropez trip, and I have been getting so much use out of it. It's been a little over maybe like 5 months-ish or so, but I have used this bag so freaking much. This is my first ever east-west style clutch. I would love to get my hands on like a Kelly clutch like this, or like the Kelly Elan, which is originally what I wanted, but I've had my eye on this Bottega clutch for such a long time, literally over a year now, that I decided to make the dive when I was in Lisbon this past year. I've tried this on in Canada, I've tried this on abroad, I just never really quite made the decision to snatch it up until this past year when I was looking for bags and there wasn't really anything from like Chanel, Hermes, or Dior that I've been wanting, but this has been very much on my wish list and I have been dreaming of it because I've had so many scenarios and situations come up where I felt like this would have been the perfect bag with the outfit and I just never had it. So I've been itching for like a little east-west clutch for me to wear for evenings, to go out in, just something very cute, casual, understated, but very sleek and elegant, and this was the perfect one. I spent over a year pining for this. I've tried it on in Canada in this color, the fondant, the red, the green. I know there's also suede ones now, which look even more incredible, but ultimately I decided black is what's missing from my wardrobe, and every time I need one, it's always been a black clutch. So I figured let's start off with the black in this clutch, and then we'll move forward if I decide that this is a good enough fit that I want to get it and can justify getting it in other colors too. Now that I have it, I don't think I would get every color under the rainbow. I'd probably just get like one more, and I think I would probably get a suede one just because it's so different and unique that it doesn't look exactly like this. But I also have my eye on a civet bag. I think it's the East-West Symmetry cut one that looks similar to this, and that one comes in a beautiful suede light beige version, which is essentially what I would be getting in the Bottega Veneta version if I wanted the suede one. I think I might opt out of getting the BV one and just go straight to civet so that it's a little bit different of a silhouette and not exactly like a duplicate of this one. I love her. She's mine now and I've been using her so much since I got her. I think I bought her in Lisbon, so I brought her out to New York and also Miami. I did not bring her to Turkey, and I got so much use of her, especially in Miami, because I felt like this was great for nighttime looks but also to elevate like casual daytime fits. Miami is a whole other beast. It's quite interesting. You can wear pretty much anything you want. It's very, very fashion forward there, and since it's so warm, you can essentially wear like a halter top and just throw this on together with some jeans and it instantly elevates your look, which is essentially why I brought it with me on that trip, because I felt like it'd be perfect and I could cut down on the amount of bags that I brought with me. So usage overall, quite high. Let's talk about the construction of the bag before we keep reviewing this. This bag is done in Bottega's famous Intrecciato weave, which is a weave of leathers going across the front here. The exterior is fully covered in this weave, and then when you open the bag on the inside, it is smooth leather that completely lines the interior. You don't really see the weave on the inside at all. It's just a smooth leather from the inside all the way out. The handle itself is not woven. It's just like a straight top handle like this, and there's enough space for you to get your hand underneath this way or that way. It doesn't feel tight at all. It's very comfortable at the drop of it. The weave is what makes Bottega bags quite interesting. I find that it gives a little bit of texture and intrigue to it as opposed to just like a smooth leather, which I could probably get if I was to get like a Kelly cut down the road one day, and I would love to add that to my collection. So this is very unique and different compared to that. I know a lot of other brands also mimic the weave. BV is the one that gets it right, so I knew I was instantly intrigued by it as soon as I got this. It's elegant but a little bit different, which is what I love. It's a very simple bag. It's a rectangle, as you can see, also known as east-west because it goes this way. There is, I would say, maybe about like an inch and a half of width here for the depth of the bag for you to put things in, and it's quite shallow at the base as well. It's not like the most spacious bag, but I can surprisingly fit a lot in here for the size. The interior is a smooth leather, so this will probably get scratched really easily if you're not careful with it. It has this much space. If I was to use my phone here and to put it in, you get almost 2 phone widths in this bag across the inside. I can very comfortably fit my phone and my G7X in here, and then I just actually take out a lot of the cards that I use from my wallet and I slide it directly into this bag. Typically, I don't like using card holder slots inside of bags because it worries me that I would potentially lose it, but because this is such a slim bag and I don't want to stretch it by throwing my card case in here, I just take the ones that I need out. Usually it's like 1 or 2 credit cards and my ID, and that's it. It just goes straight into here. Besides that, all I ever really carry is usually a lip balm, a hand cream, I don't really carry my keys when I'm out because I'm usually with Peter, or he's at home and he can open the doors for me, and then maybe my Metro Pass if I'm going in Toronto, but that's pretty much it. I don't carry that much in my purses, to be very, very honest, and you would consider it to be a lot if I'm carrying my camera for the day, which is usually when I'm bringing it to an event or I need to take photos. So more often than not, this is actually quite sizable and it can fit a lot in here. Size-wise, great. It's perfect for a night out, perfect for an evening. You can go to dinner, club, party, girls' night out. It's like the perfect size. It's not too small, but it's big enough to fit everything that you need in here. Of course, essentials, lip balm, phone, cards, and camera. Now let's go back to the exterior construction of this. So this is how the bag secures itself. The bag actually just has a flap that closes, and there's magnets on either side of the flap across the top here. When you put it down, it kind of magnetizes to the bag so it doesn't just like fall open on its own. It actually shuts if you don't secure it. It pops through this little like loop here that you actually press down and secure in place with this. Now this is a little bit finicky. It's not always the easiest to get in, and I kind of like hate it for that, but it just slides right in and it looks like that. So it gives you a nice little gold touch. It has the little Bottega knot up top here, and it's connected by this string. I haven't had any issues with this string flaking, cracking, or falling. I'm gonna assume that if I ever need to go back to Bottega to get it fixed, they will honor the product and fix it for me. But otherwise, it's actually quite easy to open and close. You just slide it off and then lift it up to open your bag. It's quite secure. It's kind of a headache to open and close all the time. So when I'm out, I try to make the least amount of effort to open and close it as I need, and I just leave it shut because otherwise it just swings around like this. And this is actually quite heavy weight-wise, and you can damage somebody if you just like swing this and it hits them in the face. Kind of like a weapon, so you gotta be careful. But take note, girlies, if you are out and you need a weapon, use this. It's very heavy. So I just leave her locked, and then I only ever really open it if I'm getting out my lip balm, lip gloss, or like my credit cards or something. So it stays shut for the 99% of the time. The top is quite sturdy. It's just this like really stiff handle up here. It doesn't give any extra movement to it. You can't really put your whole hand in, although I have like small hands, so I can. So if you really need to, you can do this, but it's not comfortable, and even then I can still feel it pressing on my wrist. So I would advise actually against doing this. It's not designed for this. Just hold it like a top handle and use it as is, just like this. So I either really hold it like this with my hands, or I keep it underneath my armpit, just like that, if I need my hands to be free. To be honest, this is not really like a go out and about type of bag. If you want your hands to be free, I would not recommend using this. If you have transportation, somebody to drive you, you're sitting down at a dinner, you're just like wandering aimlessly, or just going to a bar where you can comfortably keep it there, then yeah, I would say get this bag. But this is not your everyday out and about bag because it's not the most efficient to go and have your hands free. There's no feet on the bottom of this bag either. If you were to try to sit it upright, it would just fall down on either the front or the back. So you don't really need to worry about it if it does land in a pool of water. So all that being said and done, I usually actually just take the bag and put it on my lap. It's wide enough, it stays there, it's pretty secure, it doesn't really go anywhere. Otherwise, I put it on top of the table if I know that it's clean, safe, and secure. I got it in black, comes in a variety of colors. I felt like black would actually work best with my closet just because I wanted this to be a very grab and go easy bag to take as a clutch to go to events, galas, nights out, evening events, that sort of thing. A very like everyday, well, every evening bag for me. It's a very smooth leather that goes across the top here. You probably could very easily scratch it if you were not careful with your bag. And then on the interior here is just like a giant hole with a total of 6 card case slots and 1 wide one across the back. I just keep my information for the bag inside of here. I know someone has mentioned that you shouldn't be doing that because if somebody steals your bag, they have all the authentication pieces. You can just go home online and purchase the bag and resell it as a full set. I don't really care because at that point, if you've stolen my bag, it's already out of my possession, so do what you will with it. Obviously, I would love to get it back, but if you can sell for more, that's out of my control at that point. So I just keep all of my authentication papers with my bag so that I never lose them. So if I need to sell them, I can sell them for a higher price down the road. I just put all of my credit cards in here to make it easier so I'm not overstuffing the bag. You will notice when you're overstuffing the bag because you will have a hard time trying to close it and putting the little lock mechanism through. It will bulge out a little bit. Put my G7X in here and it does bulge out just the slightest, but not enough to damage and warp the bag permanently. I only really do it for a couple of hours anytime I do it, and then I try to give the bag a rest. So you can stretch it a little bit, but over time you could damage it if you stretch it too much. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend overstuffing this bag because you do run the risk of potentially stretching it out. All in all, I love this bag. It filled a space in my wardrobe that I really needed, which was a simple, elegant evening clutch. Got in black after much hemming and hawing and trying on all the other colors. Even though I love them so much, I just felt like they weren't going to be able to fit in with my wardrobe as seamlessly as a black one would. And down the road, I probably will get another one in a different style or a color, which I think will then and fully fill that saga in my closet. I think the use of it and how much use I've gotten out of it so far really affirms that this was a good, strong purchase. This is my first ever Bottega piece for myself. So I actually, I lie. I have a pair of boots, but I mean my first ever bag. So I wasn't sure if I was like a loyal fan of the brand or just liked the design. So far, I really like the design. There's a couple of other Bottega pieces I would love to own for myself in the future, like the little Wallace bag, one of the teen Jody bags, which I think is a cute everyday bag. And I think this has opened up my world a little bit more to Bottega and really appreciating the work that they put into the craftsmanship when it comes to leather design. I don't know, I feel like I want more now. And like, I'm kind of disillusioned from Hermes after how difficult it's been to try to acquire the bags that I want. It frustrates me. It makes me feel like I don't want to purchase more from them, even though I know I probably will down the road, but that's a story for another time. Overall, very happy with this bag. I love the price that I got it for. I am very happy that it suited my everyday purpose needs that I have been using it for so much. I love that it's provided me with like a solution for all the times where I've needed a black clutch, and the fact I've used it so much makes me feel confident that this was a good, strong purchase. Love this bag. I cannot recommend it more. I definitely think that you guys should get this. If you have been looking for a sign to say that you need this in your life and you've been thinking about it too, it's a great one. There's a reason why everybody has it. It just looks so sleek and timeless, and I feel like down the road this would be a phenomenal heirloom to pass on to somebody, and I would love to get this as a hand-me-down from somebody. It's such like a well-designed product, and it smells incredible. Like the smell of leather, nothing rivals that. It's so freaking good. So I'm so happy with this purchase. I think it's great. I have no qualms except for the little indent here, which can be remedied by just not looking at it. It doesn't affect the overall function of the bag, and I am actually surprised by how much the bag can fit. One more thing I forgot to mention. I found out the other day that you can actually put little gold plaques onto the Intrecciato. Bottega has these like gold little squares that kind of click into these that I saw, which is really cute. I really like the idea of it, but I'm on the fence if I want to add it to this bag or not, because I feel like I just like how simple and sleek this bag looks. And if I was to add like more gold to the corner here or up top, it's just going to ruin the look. And there's no point to put on the back, because then that's just like, why? No one's ever going to see it unless like, actually now that I'm thinking about it, it would be really cool to have like two side by side here of like maybe my initials, so whenever you turn around you see it. Maybe if I get a different bag, like something bigger that has more of this texture and weave on it that just looks like it needs to have a little piece of accessory, I would probably do it. But for now, I don't think I will do it to this bag, just because I like how sleek and elegant it is, and I want to leave it that way so I can use this for formal events. I'm so happy that I'm open to the world of Bottega, and I can't wait to add more to my collection. I feel like this past year I haven't added that many new pieces to my closet because I've just been a little bit more intentional with what I acquire and add, and this very much has been a great decision on my part. So I'll link this bag down below, along with some other places you can purchase it from, like Vestiaire and RealReal. If you want to get it secondhand, you will save a little bit of money. It is quite expensive of a bag, but this is definitely an investment for me. I can for sure see myself using this really far into the future. Like, I don't think I'll ever get sick of this, just because of how simple and elegant and timeless it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little review. Let me know your thoughts if you also love this bag too, and if you have it in the same color or different ones, or if there's some other really nice colors that you think I should look into, or other designs and bags that you think I would love based off of the silhouette of this one. I really appreciate you guys coming back today, and you know where to find me if you want to see more of me instead of just YouTube. I'm available on Instagram and on TikTok. Hopefully it's still around when this video goes live. Otherwise, stay tuned and make sure you guys come back every Thursday at 7 p.m. to get more videos from me. I am on a roll with the videos so far into this year. Here's to hoping I can stay on pace and post a video every single week for the whole of 2025. I know I skipped out a lot in 2024, but we're staying strong with this one. So thank you so much for coming back, guys. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!